So we represent the value of y bar on this composite T section. This denotes the centroidal XX axis of the composite I section. Now as we see, for sagging moment, your bottommost layer is subject to tension, so your y bar is nothing but yt max. Now we also need to find out your Ixx. Now your Ixx of composite I section is given as Ixx of part 1 plus Ixx of part 2 plus Ixx of part 3. Now we see that each part has a centroidal axis which is different from the centroidal axis of the composite section. We'll have to apply parallel axis theorem. So for each part we determine the moment of inertia about the centroidal axis. So for part 1 we have BD cube by 12 plus A1 into y bar minus y1 the whole square. This is the moment of inertia of part 1 about the centroidal axis of composite section, plus Ixx2 will be given as BD cube by 12 plus A2 into y2 minus y bar the whole square. Similarly, Ixx3 will be given as BD cube by 12 plus A3 into y3 minus y bar the whole square. So upon substituting the values, we get for part 1 B is 160, D is 40. So 160 into 40 cube by 12 plus area is 160 into 40 into y bar minus y1 is 90.67 minus 20 the whole square plus 20 into 200 cube by 12 plus 20 into 200 multiplied by 140 minus 90.67 whole square plus 80 into 20 cube upon 12 plus area A3 is 80 into 20 into y3 is 250 minus 90.67 the whole square. Upon solving, we get the value of Ixx as 96.54 into 10 to the power 6 mm to the power 4. So your moment of resistance Mr is given as Ixx is 96.54 into 10 to the power 6 upon yt max is nothing but y bar, so 90.67 into sigma t max is 20 Newton per mm square. So we get moment of resistance as 21.29 into 10 to the power 6 Newton mm. Now for beam to be safe in bending, we know bending moment maximum should be equal to moment of resistance of beam. So when we equate this, we get 6.25 into 10 to the power 6 into W is equal to 21.29 into 10 to the power 6. So upon solving, we get the value of W as 3.40 Newton per mm. So this is the intensity of uniformly distributed load which the beam can take, so that the maximum tensile stress is not to be exceeded 20 Newton per mm square. This W can also be written in kilonewton per mm as 3.40 kilonewton per meter. This is because Newton is converted into kilonewton and mm is converted into meter. So this is our first answer. Now let's find your sigma c max. In this diagram we represent the variation of bending stresses of the beam. This is a zero line and compressive stress is on the right hand side and tensile stress is on the left hand side. Now we see that the bottommost part is subjected to maximum tensile stress of 20 Newton per mm square, and we need to find the corresponding maximum compressive stress on the upper section. So by similarity of triangles, we have sigma t max upon yt max is equal to sigma c max upon yc max. So now upon substituting the value, we get sigma t max is 20 Newton per mm square upon yt max is same as y bar, so 90.67. This is equal to maximum compressive stress which you have to find out upon yc max. If we see from similarity of triangle, the whole depth of the I section is 200 plus 40 plus 20, 260. So 260 minus 90.67, which is equal to 169.33 mm. So 169.33 mm. So this gives a sigma C max is equal to 37.35 Newton per mm square. And this is your answer 2. A point to be noted, here we do not consider the signs. And it is understood that this is your compressive stress only, though it is positive. So with this, our problem is over. Thanks for watching in 5 minutes.